Hello everyone, welcome to yet another tutorial of the Carbon Updates dashboard. Welcome to the tutorial. Today we're going to talk about a specific task, a specific activity that is going to help you figure out what tools you're going to use and what sort of standard that you're going to apply as a verifier or a person of interest with the levels of models and accuracy with which you can present it to other business investors or you can design a carbon credit. So today is basically you kind of understand how to deep dive into tool selection, type of standards and methodology selection and all of that within the carbon updates dashboard. You don't have to go to any other software. It's all available here in the carbon updates dashboard. So to get you started, we click on the get started button over here, and as always we click Nepal because I am from Nepal and I like to use the tool based on Nepal's lens whenever I am in Nepal. And if you're part of any other country, you can pretty much choose any other country and utilize this tool. So to give you a brief overview, whenever you click a country, it is going to show you the map of that country. So whenever you load this map, you can see the Global Forest Watch map available in your screen. So we have different kinds of button over here. We have the map view button, which can show you the different kinds of map. We have the project view button that is useful to you if you are a signed in user or if you have a registered project. In the dashboard, you have the info button that tells you the info about the current updates dashboard. So whenever you log in, you can see a different kind of button over here. I'm just going to show you what it's showing to me right now. Whenever you're not logged in, it says welcome to the carbon updates dashboard. Yes, obviously you have user roles, you have project developer, verifier, financier, government stakeholder and super admin. Your project workflow is that project flows through verification, financing, government approval stages, with each role having specific responsibilities and tasks. And if you want to view the different kind of tasks and your carbon project workflow, you have to log in. That's basically it. But today we are not going to talk about any of the features that you get whenever you log in. I'm just going to talk to you about the freemium features. So anybody can use this feature just by going to www.carbonupdates.com and utilizing it. We have the change country button and we have the chatbot button. As I said and as I mentioned, the chatbot button is also available for logged in users. So that's pretty much it, and you can log in using the login button. So that's pretty much it. So there is the layers button. So this is where we're going to be using today. So for this, today we're going to focus on, there's different kinds of tools over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 3, 18. There's 19 tools available, but today we are going to talk about the carbon estimation tool. So this basically gives you the tool that you need to specify what sort of project that you are gonna utilize. So this is similar to our other tool, which is the base working map tool, which has the same UI and UX. You can pretty much see that it's the same thing. And why we made it the same thing is because you want to go through the same workflow whenever you get like an output or a CSV or a PDF file from our website. We want it to be the same workflow. So whenever you choose the base working map, it has the same land-based projects, project-based activities, and for verification tool sector, land-based projects, project-based activities. So we're set. Let's go. So for this, what you gotta do is you gotta select on the land-based project. So this can be used to go into a land-based project or project-based activities. So we're gonna select land-based project. So the UI and the UX is pretty much similar to whatever we presented in the earlier exercise and earlier tutorial with the base working Mac tool. So we're gonna just to talk about that. So we had tropical forest, temperate forest, mangroves, we have wetlands, we have grasslands, we have agroforestry, we have six of these. So why do we only have six versus we have a lot more in the layers and info option? Because it takes a while to compile the different kinds of tools and services that you need. So we also have the toggle for beginner and expert mode. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. There's the help mode, and what does this mean, right? What are the different kinds of explanations for different kinds of tools that you have. So this is pretty much basically it. So what we do is let's just select on temperate forest, right? And then this is going to give you a totally new set of UI UX, right? So what you have is your estimation tool. So you have precision tools, it's going to give you 95% levels of accuracy. Then there is the balance tool, that is for project financing, it gives you about 85% of accuracy. And then there is just the quick tools for screening and education, for that you have about 75%. So we're not going to go to like the precision level right now, because the VCS VM0033 temperate forest standard is not applicable here. So we're just gonna do the temperate forest, and we're gonna do that. So because from our earlier tutorial, if you haven't seen it, we have already set up a project. So we're not gonna do the exact thing over there, we're just gonna do the project name. So let's say reforestation for a better humanity. So for a temperate forest, I'll probably go Kumbu. I don't know, 23 hectares. Let's shoot 20 years. That's a good maturity level. I don't know. I don't know what expert mode would change anything, but let's do 8, right? Does 8 work? No, you can't change it, right? Okay. 6. Okay. Then okay, so we have the estimation result. So we have deforestation for a better humanity, that's the project name. We have the land type temperate forest, we have the area type 23 hectares, and your duration is 20 years. So you have total carbon sequestration of 2070 tons per CO2, annual rate is 103.5 tons for CO2 per year, and your per hectare is 4.5 tons per CO2. For this is what we've given you, right? So we are giving you a scientific references, use case for education, preliminary studies, and awareness, right? It's just for the use cases as well, it's giving you the use cases. And then you have the first carbon quick assessment guide is scientific reference. You have temperate forest default values, and you have basic forest carbon methods, right? Now what you do is you have software tools, you have iFree tool, USDA forest service software, forest vegetation simulator, global forest watch, FLR carbon storage calculator, forest sector carbon calculator, and FSC forest carbon monitoring tool, Excel based. You can use all these. You can use diameter, DBS tape, or tree calipers to actually do the calculation based on this. You can use clinometer or hypsometer for height estimation. You can use standard GPS units for plot locations, or you can use basic for your notebook and pencil, or you can use measuring tape for plot layout. So you can get this, and you can generate a PDF, you can generate a JSON, you can generate a CSV data, or you can export a GeoJSON depending upon your needs. And one more thing we can do, since we only did the 75%, right, accuracy, let's go back and see how it looks with the 85%. And so let's deselect this and do temperate. Temperate, these are the same numbers, right? You're giving the same numbers, it's giving you higher estimation. So let's see why. So the numbers The references are a little bit different. You have IPCC 2006 guidelines for temperate forest, right? You have the regional forest carbon studies, you have temperate zone biomass equation. What are the use cases? Regional planning, investment decision, and policy analysis, right? So for this, you use the IPCC inventory software implementing tier 1, 2, and 3 methodologies. You use ArcGIS, QGIS for spatial analysis. You use R statistical software with forestry packages. You use Microsoft Excel for data management, and you used ALU software for cross-checking estimates, right? So we can see from the get-go the software tools are a little bit different for 85% accuracy compared to the 75% accuracy. And then for hardware equipment, it goes for high precision GPS, sub-meter accuracy. It is not giving us like the other kinds of hand used tools. It's giving us advanced dendrometers and laser rangefinders, soil sampling equipment for detail analysis, automated weather stations for climate data, and rugged field computer tablets. And that's the verification process, right? So let's go from 85% to up to 95%. What are the differences in tools in that? So we close this and we move forward with this. Okay, we got a slightly higher 5.7. Yes, we might get lower in other cases, but we're getting higher because it's going to be more accurate, right? Now the references are a little bit different. You have the methodology for temperate forest, you have national forest inventory protocols, and you have the temperate forest carbon dynamic studies. So like the references are different for 85%. And we have the carbon credit projects as use cases, we have forest management, and we have climate policy. Now what are the software tools? So it goes for ArcGIS Pro 3.0 Plus for spatial analysis and mapping, just gives you one. Our statistical software similar to what 85%, and QGIS 3.22 plus open source GIS analysis, that is also good. You have the Forest Metrics mobile forest software for inventory, and you have the PCS project database for methodology compliance. That's actually true. And for hardware equipment, high resolution GPS units, sub-meter accuracy. Sub-meter means basically centimeter, right? Diameter measuring tapes and calipers, hyposmometers for tree height measurement, lidar systems, ground based or drone mounted. This is actually the best use case for drones. And rugged field tablets for data collection. So we did see a little bit of improvement on like the tools used as well. So we are going for like highly lidar based system with drones and everything. So that's pretty much it. So now you know what tools to use for what kind of activity. So if you wanted to jump into became calculating carbon credits, there's 3 tiers of data, and one to convince your planners, second to convince your financiers, and third level to convince the verifiers. And there you go. Now you know how to use a professional carbon estimation tool, so you can estimate carbon using this. And that was the end of the tutorial. See you later.